So question 7, I hope I can read this. Enjoying Link French.
Oh, yes.
I'm enjoying Link. Someone's
Right.
saying, I'm enjoying Link.
Right.
I'm learning French and German.
German, right?
Where can when can I start reading books of interest?
Okay, well, again, I find that until I'm very good, I prefer to read on Link. Because I don't like, if on a page there's like 10 or 15 words that I don't know, that's a problem. It starts to interfere with
Grabbing
my
the
enjoyment.
dictionary every 5 seconds, right? Yeah.
Now, if the subject is something that I'm very familiar with or very interested in, like history, you can actually have a lot of words that you don't understand. But if you're reading literature, I find that you miss those words, you're missing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to want to find, say, things that were written in the 19th century, older material that I can get free and import into Link. How long does it take to get to a level where you can just pick up a novel and read it? It takes a long time. I can't say, it just depends, but it takes a long time. But I would try it. I would buy a book. Buy a book on something you're very interested in and try it.
Personally, I fully agree.
And one thing I don't do is I don't then look up every word and try and import it into Link. I did that for a while, but it's just too time consuming and the benefits are limited.
I guess it's nice to just, try to either guess the content or just, if you understand 90% of the words, you can already simply...
Absolutely, and what's so great about language learning is you want to be doing different things. So read a book that you don't understand. Do some very simple content. Pull something of interest into Link and link it. Do all these different things. As long as you're engaging with the language, you're going to improve.
I think that's quite fantastic, and that's what I started uploading some Russian content into Link actually,
right?
Because I had this lady actually do the audio for me as well.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really excited about that because then I can study the words, I can take a look at them.
Right.
I can do flashcards with Link, which is awesome, and that's been boosting my learning and my understanding, which is a lot of fun. Next question: how are you enjoying Polish, and how are you finding, I guess, constant clusters?
Well, I'm enjoying Polish immensely. I mean, I enjoy the Real Polish from Piotr, but I'm also enjoying now. I bought an audiobook, Czerwony Alert, which is this book about Russia, which I've read in English, and I'm listening to the audiobook. I also found an audiobook on Polish history. I've ordered some Polish books from a Canadian web-based bookstore. I'm having some trouble they won't let you download ebooks from Poland for some reason. But anyway, I'm enjoying it tremendously. And of course helped by my knowledge of other Slavic languages. And so far as consonant clusters, I mean, it's really not, it seems that the Poles, they will go S, Z, C, Z for something that maybe in Russian it would be, sh. Like, it's not a problem. You just get used to it. I really
don't. It just looks intimidating, right?
It looks
just
very
oh my God, there are
intimidating.
all these consonants. But...
I mean, how can you have a word that goes S, Z, C, Z? Come on. But, I mean, you shouldn't say that because how can you have English where,
the word through, for instance.
Through, though, bow, cough, rough.
They're weird. That's true.
So, to that extent, Polish is consistent.
I see. Interesting.
Polish is consistent. The only one that isn't consistent, I discovered, is the word for apple, which is jabłko, is not pronounced jabłko. It's pronounced jabłko.
Jabłko.
So there are some sounds that disappear in Polish.
I see.
Anyway.
That's interesting. I'm legitimately interested in picking it up. Like, we're getting started within the next few months.
Right.
So I'm going to see your results.
It's great.
And then
it's a great country. There's 40 million people. They've got a great
history. I have a lot of friends basically here in Vancouver that have Polish background.
Right.
And one of my best friends actually went to med school in Poland.
Oh, wow.
Then he came back and he speaks with his parents. And I know a few words, but like I found some things tremendously hard actually. Like the L sound with the E with the
it's almost like a W.
Yeah, and then I was trying to say the word Benjish, and then my friend said it sounds like you're saying the word for Belgium. So,
okay.
so
don't worry.
I'll have to focus on pronunciation for Polish for sure. And I think that the last question here is actually I'm interested in hearing the answer for myself, but it's a good question. What kind of advice or what advice would you give to your younger self?
In terms of language learning?
Yes, in terms of language learning.
It's an interesting question because really when I read the book that I wrote 10 years ago, about language learning? Nothing much has changed. Technology has changed, access to, you know, conversation partners on the internet, content on the internet. Mini disc became MP3 player. You know, 50 years ago I had open reel tape recorders. No, once I realized that to learn a language you have to be motivated, and it's not sufficient to sit in the classroom, because that was my experience in school, where the teacher would teach us French and we would pass the exam but we couldn't speak. But once I realized that it was all about motivation and spending the time and really engaging with the language, then that's it. I explore for content, I you know, focus on structures that give me trouble. Nothing much different.
Okay, so that closes it. Would you like to add anything to that?
No, I just want to say we went a little bit longer today because we were fortunate to have Gabriel visit with us.
Huge pleasure.
And provide his input, and I've done some videos with him for his Facebook page, and hopefully we'll do some more.
Of course, with great pleasure. So it was fun to read the questions, and thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Gabriel. Bye for now.